Today we are back, man, on the Money Mitchell channel to look at this podcast that I've been seeing everywhere recently. I feel like everyone's made a video on it.
You gotta give him that huck to it. Spit on that thing. You get me?
Now, today we're gonna look at this podcast titled Tuah with Haley Welch, who was the girl from that video. Now, it's crazy how nowadays one person can have a viral clip of themselves and try to build a career out of it. And yeah, so it's natural we would start with the first video, introducing Tuah.
Literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a f*** about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up.
All valid criticisms, but we'll watch through this.
Your joke was funny for 2 days. Stop.
Y'all really thought I was done?
We hope that you were.
I'm just getting started, baby. It smells warm. You.
Yeah.
All right, now this is already giving me cringe reality show vibes, and I don't like that. But we're gonna watch some of these more videos, some probably just clips like shorts and whatnot, to get a better grasp of what this podcast is all about.
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy? I'm Haley Welch. A little while ago, my life took a complete left turn and it changed forever.
Pay attention to how the guests that she has at least showed so far are either the most hated or disgraced YouTube creators on the platform, like Jake Paul, who everybody has hated since he even made his first video on Vine, and Sketch, who was exposed for being who Sketch was in the past. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video I made on that.
And along the way, I've realized that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Well, now it's my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week, Talk to Her, where I'm sitting down with the coolest guests and having actual conversations with them.
I love how she says actual conversations opposed to a staged conversation. And every week, okay, a video every week, I want to have like a over under in the comments. How long do you think this is actually gonna last? I'll put money on it. Actually, I can't put money on it because we're on YouTube, but I'm betting 6 weeks, under 6 weeks.
And Pookie.
Who is Pookie? Who is Pookie?
And they always make these references to Pookie, and nobody really knows who he is, but I believe she mentioned him in the infamous video. Alright, so in this clip, she actually talks about telling her father that she went viral for talking about her technique to spit on bananas.
Telling my dad was like an awkward conversation. So he's sitting here, he's like mean mugging the out of me while I'm telling him, and I'm like, okay, this is not gonna go good. And I'm trying to get it out where it doesn't sound as bad as it was. Then you have Granny over here. She doesn't even say hot till she's like, hot toy. I was like, Granny, stop. Let me finish telling him. I'm over here like this. I was like, all right, Daddy, I said it. I was talking about spitting on dick.
Nah, but for a second, imagine that you're this woman's father, and you spent 18 years of your life making sure she would have a good life, and putting all your money, time, and effort into making sure she has a good future. And then she goes on a street interview and f***s it up by talking about spitting on dick. And not just that, goes viral, then starts a podcast to talk more about spitting on dick. And I don't know how I would react if I was the father in that situation.
Everybody that I've spoke to about it, like when it first happened, they're like, that does not surprise me that come out of your mouth. I'm like, thank you.
Her being grateful that the people in her life know her to be as nasty as she puts herself out there on the internet as, just gives a little context to the type of person we're talking about here. Now, if you thought that first clip was nasty and cringe, brace yourself for this next one.
Shark Tussie.
What the fuck?
Now, whatever could Shirtussy mean? You know, I've heard of Badussy, and I know we've all seen that one clip of that Asian guy rapping.
I fuck so much pussy, I might switch to bussy. The bitch is Asian and I call her for some sucky.
But I'm just scratching my head, like, what could Shirtussy mean?
So a shirt tussie is when you have a fat cooter and your cooter decides to take a bite out of your shirt.
What the
I hate to say it, but those lips look too little to be mine.
Freaky frog! You're a freaky frog!
Do it. Hot to. You gotta put like an emphasis on it, like to. Like really do it. Alright, all together. Hot to. Hot to. Hot to. Say it aggressive. Like you really.
Like you're mad at the day. You're mad at it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. You see it, guys? You get it? She did the thing. She did the thing that, you know, the thing that she's famous for. You know, she did it. She actually did it on the podcast. Bro, that sounded like the most forced laugh I ever heard, bro. Like, I don't know how she can, like, she sustained that fake laugh for so long, because I can only fake laugh for like 2 or 3 seconds before I just want to. But this fake laugh might be world class, because she sustains it almost all the way through the clip. As nasty and cringe as those last few clips were, at this point I feel like I'm being too hard on Haley, and I gotta give some more positive hate to her co-host. In this clip, she's talking about You guys will see.
Honestly, at this point, I like having pubic hair, sweating, wrinkles, because it is just my goal in life to attract straight men, and it really deters all the gay men, and I can't date any more gay men.
I don't know if she's saying this to like diss men who are not attracted to older women, but gay men wouldn't be attracted to you either way. The men that you're deterring are straight men. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I find this like a hilarious argument. That's almost like me saying, oh man, I'm glad I'm short because when we go hoop, I don't gotta worry about dunking and having to jump over everyone. Man, I'm glad I'm broke because I don't gotta worry about girls only wanting me for my money. Or I'm glad I don't look good because then she gonna have to fall in love with my personality. Just be honest with yourself, for real. At the end of the day, it's like, you could lie to me, you could lie to her, you cannot lie to yourself. And I can't stand when women feel hurt, so they resort to calling men gay. Like, they feel hurt by men because certain men don't see her as their preference no more, and she's like, oh no, those men are just gay. They're afraid of a little bush, they're afraid of a little sweat. It just makes me mad because it's like, why do they always have to resort to that same thing? It's like, you get into a fight with your girl tomorrow, she gonna say that, she gonna throw that same thing at you. And you know, I used to date this one girl, she always used to say I act like a lesbian. I don't even know what that means, but it's like she would always say it when she got mad. She'd answer all my calls, she'd always text back, but the minute she got mad at me, I'm acting like a lesbian. Make it make sense.
Yeah, if you want to come over here and munch on this rug, go for it, boy.
That's gotta be racist.
If a guy looks at pubes on a vagina and is like, never mind.
He's a sissy ass bitch.
Yeah.
Alright, Money Mitch news here. This just in. It is now gay to be attracted to well-groomed vaginas. What does my co-host Mitchell have to say about that? Yes, a shocking development indeed, but I can't say I'm surprised. My ex-wife left me because I told her to groom herself. What a world we are living in. Back to you, Mitch.
That's exactly. Yeah. You make me want to grow mine out and like finger wave it or something.
If I ever in my life, and I mean ever, encounter a white woman with finger waves down there, I'm tapping out of life. I give up, man. It was a good run, bro. Okay, so if you were a good Money Mitch subscriber and watched from the beginning of this video, you might be wondering, who is this Pookie she keeps mentioning? Wonder no longer, because she elaborates in this clip to exactly who Pookie is.
Are you dating anyone yet? Are you on the apps?
Hell no, I don't know that.
And before you start crying and throwing up after realizing the one and only hot Tuah girl is off the market, listen to this short clip.
Okay.
Don't scare me. Pookie's still in the picture. He just hadn't took me on a date.
How long have you been hanging?
It's been like on and off for like 3 years.
Hold up, cut the commentary. Scratch that about the hawk Tuah. I hope you really didn't think I wanted that. But now I'm more interested in this Pookie. I need his method. Cause how you keep a girl for 3 years without taking her on a single date? Now, just last week I had to take my girl to hibachi because she was complaining, oh, you don't take me on dates, you don't ever take me on dates. And you know me, bro, before I protect anything, I'll protect my pocket. So I'm trying to figure out how he got it.
I'm gonna say something wild.
Do it.
I'm on his side. Hear me out. I just wouldn't want him to see how famous you actually are.
Now, I feel like famous is a crazy stretch. I would say poppin', popular, or viral, but I wouldn't say famous. When I was growing up, what famous meant was a professional athlete, an actor, a famous rapper. But now I guess anybody could call themselves famous if they got 100,000 views. For this next clip, you get a little break from the raunchy questions, and we got some good old-fashioned white woman cringe.
Do you smoke weed? Oh.
I mean, you gotta eat your greenies, smoke your greenies.
What are they, vegetables or fruit? And what does that make, ketchup?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hey, funny guy! I got a joke for you! What smells rotten and puts people to sleep?
Noxious gas?
No! Your act!
She was like, you know what? We're gonna live longer. And I was like, why? She was like, we smoke our greens and we eat them. I was like, yeah, but our brain's gonna be like rotted by the time we're old.
That joke wasn't funny at all. But to any of y'all do it at home podcasters, if you have nothing to say on your podcast, man, just repeat something moderately funny said by one of your co-hosts. Never fails.
You know what? I see your point because you'll just be chill and stress is the #1 factor in like illness. So you're just chilling.
Do you smoke weed?
Once in a blue moon,
That's why you see a therapist.
That one was kind of funny. That honestly, that was the first one that I was like, okay, that's a little clever joke. But at the same time, I never condone the hating on like mental health. A lot of people say mental health is scam, but like it's a real thing that people deal with. I feel like at a certain point, like, I mean, it was a good joke. I can't lie to you. And you know how the co-host was just talking about how she doesn't mind getting old. She doesn't mind the wrinkles, the sweating. She said this about her experience with Botox.
Get Botox in your armpits so that you
What?
don't sweat. Yeah. The dermatologist said to me, the sweat does have to come out somewhere, and it usually comes out in your
And your Poochie banana?
Shut the fuck up.